Hey, what's up, guys? Eyes Open in California here. So today is Friday, June 28th, 2024. Now, this morning I just woke up from a dream that I'd like to tell you about. So in this dream, I had a knowing that I was in like Monterey or Salinas, California. And it was very dark. It was like midnight. And I was working in like some kind of a factory. I was in this big giant room. Um, had like 40 or 50-foot ceilings. And there was like a stainless steel cylinder of some sort in the corner over here, and other like dry bulk vats or holding containers of some sort. I don't know what this place was, but I'm on the night shift, I guess, and I'm working in this factory, and then all of a sudden something starts beating on the door off to my left, and these doors are huge, these huge like doors that like open like this. And something's beating on it, and then the earth starts shaking, and then boom, the door blasts open. The freaking Nephilim run into this factory, and everybody starts running around like chickens with no heads, running around like freaking Gargamel just stormed Smurf Village. And I ran outside, and these freaking giants are everywhere. We're being attacked. I didn't know at the time how many there was, but by the time the dream was done, I knew how many there was. There was like 20 or less. But like more than 15, less than 20. That's how many were attacking this factory. I ran outside, and it's pitch black out there. And I'm trying to hide from these things. And I hear the distant cries of people just being mauled to death. And it was horrifying. My heart was beating out of my chest, like, what in the world is happening right now? Like, just the snap of a finger, a thing you've never seen is attacking your work. So anyways, or things. And I'm running around outside, and there's people getting mangled, and there's no fighting back with these things. Like these things are freaking enormous. So somehow or another, I was outside, and I was hiding behind some low wall. And I'm like, imagine I'm hiding behind like a 10-foot wall. Behind that 10-foot wall was like a 30-foot Nephilim, and I could see its head as it's walking like behind the wall. And I'm trying to be quiet, and the only thing I can hear is my heart beating. Like, I'm like, oh man, I hope this thing doesn't hear my heart beating. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not saying nothing. I'm saying nothing. I'm trying to be like as quiet as a mouse. And it's sniffing, and it starts turning towards me like it can smell me. And I don't smell bad. I'm just saying like it has like super like a super bloodhound nose. It doesn't have the nose like a human. I mean, this thing has a nose like a bloodhound, and it's sniffing me out. So I start like moving, and this whole dream was dark. It was dark outside, and it was dark inside this building. Now, somehow or another, I ended up with a belt-fed machine gun, and this one specifically was shooting 7.62 by 51 NATO rounds. The only thing that shoots that round is like an M60 or an M240. I don't know what model, what make or model machine gun I had. It had to have been a 240 though, because the M60 is kind of old looking. It had to have been a 240. So I have this belt-fed machine gun, and I'm running around, and I'm just like, I'm bucking these things, man. And the 7.62 by 51 is shredding these Nephilim. Like as I'm hitting them, their bodies are like, pop, 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 and they're falling backwards, and I'm getting them. So then I'm in a building, this big giant building, and I'm laying prone. I'm laying on my stomach on the ground. Then these things are running at me, and it's super dark, and I could just see the muzzle flash of the machine gun, and I could see my rounds like leaving the gun, and I'm walking my rounds to the target. All I see, I don't even get a good look at these things because it was dark. There's these big like 30-foot shadowy figures running around in the dark, and I'm like, what was that? What was that? And I'm just tap, 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 tap. I'm shooting everything, and I didn't run out of bullets. And I'm just getting them as they're coming towards me, and this machine gun is shredding them. Like I'm freaking shredding these things. And they're dropping here and dropping there, and I get up and I'm moving and I'm running and gunning, and I'm doing what I got to do. And then the attack was over. It was over. Everything was quiet, and I could hear people like screaming, like "oh," in agony from their wounds or whatever. And there's dead Nephilim laid out, the ones that I shot. Then there's people all laid out, the ones that the Nephilim had attacked and wounded. And so then the police show up. The police and the news crew shows up. And the news crew starts like filming me as I'm speaking with the incident commander. And he's like, "So what happened here?" I was like, "We were just at work and we got attacked." And he said, "Yeah, well, the people here are saying that you're a hero." But I said, I don't know about all that." And he was like, "You were shooting," he said, "you were shooting 7.62 by 51 from a belt-fed machine gun at these things, right?" I said, "Yeah, I was." And he said, "That's illegal." And I said, "Did you see the size of these things?" He goes, "What?" I said, "Have you seen these?" He said, "No, I haven't seen them yet." And I said, "These things are freaking huge." And he goes, "How big are they?" And I said, "Turn around." I said, "Look." And he turns around, he looks at, I said, "You see that big cylinder looking thing right there?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "That's how big they are." He said, "That's like 40 feet tall." And I said, "I know." And he was like, trying to process what was happening. And he says, "What's that smell?" I said, "That's them. That's what they smell like." It was very musty, very sweaty, and very skunky, if that makes any sense. It just smelled dirty. And he was like, "My God." And I was like, "I know." And he kind of like, we're walking together, and after that it was different. After that we were like friends, because first he was grilling me for shooting illegal rounds, or shooting rounds from illegal firearms. It's not California legal. He was grilling me about that, but then after he understood why. So then the camera angle changes, and I'm looking at the news lady from the camera, from her cameraman's point of view, and she's like, "This is so and so from such and such news, and we're here at the scene where a horrific attack just took place, and there was a shooting." And she goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, could it be that the giants are here?" And that was the end of her thing, because just then there was one more giant outside of this warehouse that I was in. I no longer had the machine gun. I no longer had any bullets. I had no weapons. And it was lurking around, and somebody said, "Hey, there's one more." And everybody just took off. Just everybody left. Except me. I was stuck inside. I was stuck inside this factory room in the dark. They had secured the doors on my right, the exit doors for me to get out. I couldn't get out of the right side. The only way for me to get out of this building was to my left. And outside of that door was the last giant. And everybody was gone. And it was dark. My heart was beating out of my chest. I'm like, I gotta go out that way. And then I woke up, and that was the end of my dream. These things were in my dream. I didn't get a good look at them. I've seen them in other dreams, but in this particular dream, I did not get a good look at them. There were these huge, shadowy creatures lurking in the shadows, but the speed in which they move is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I had to walk my rounds on target. I watched my rounds. I walked them over to them until I started impacting them, and I just let them have it. But it took 7.62 by 51 to do it. That's a big round. That's what I dreamt. And I've had about 10 dreams about the giants. And I can tell you that an AR-15 is going to do nothing to these things. I mean, unless you shoot their eye out, which, it's going to be pretty hard to do with as fast as they run. but I guess it's possible. But 5.56 ain't gonna do anything to these things. You need 7.62. So I'm just gonna leave you with this. If you had a choice of what rifle you were going to take to go fight the Nephilim with, do not pick an AR-15. Pick an AR-10. And I don't know if they make an AR-5, but if they did, take that. An AR-10 shoots 7.62 by 51. I know this for a fact. So anyways, that's the preferred caliber to hunt these things down, to take the fight back to them, is 7.62 by 51. And I've seen this in many, many dreams. The 5.56, the AR-15 round, it's just not big enough. I had another dream where it was another crazy dream about the Giants, and everybody had belt-fed machine guns. Some people had M240 Bravos, and some people had M249 saws. Now, the M249 saw shoots a 5.56, but it shoots it off of a belt. So, I mean, it's just a wall of lead. I'm sure that would start doing some damage, but I would definitely choose the 7.62. So anyways, this is Eyes Open in California. That's what I dreamt this morning. When they emerge, they're going to launch an assault on mankind. And just like it says in Matthew 24:37, the Lord said, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." In the days of Noah, there were giants in the land. And there are going to be giants in the land again in the days prior to the rapture of the church. There's going to be giants again. Now, there's some people out there saying, "Oh, there ain't no rapture." Oh, there's a rapture. It's at the sixth seal. And believe me when I say this, when the Nephilim emerge and wage war on humanity, you're gonna start believing in the rapture. I'll tell you what, you will believe in the rapture. You will want out of this freak show when it begins. So, anyways, that's what I dreamt last night. And being that I've already talked about some things that are probably beyond certain people's comprehension, I may as well go the extra mile and just tell you. In a dream, I heard the order of the end times. In a dream, the sky, God told me from the sky, this is the order of the end times: zombie apocalypse, US Civil War, World War III. And then I woke up from that dream. So if you think the Nephilim are bad, the zombie apocalypse is going to be bad. I don't know which one comes first. I would imagine they're probably going to be around the same time. And I would imagine that time is going to be around the fourth seal, when the fourth seal breaks. But this place is going to be an absolute freak show. You definitely don't want to die without being baptized by water in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So anyways, there's Eyes Open in California. That's what I dreamt this morning. So thank you. God bless you. And don't grab an AR-15, grab an AR-10. And hopefully you're not in California, because having a 10-round magazine is stupid. It's hella stupid.